between Houston and Omaha. There'll be another match at 8:30 Eastern. Let me show you how these teams got here. Omaha had a bye. Houston got past Madison yesterday to take on the 2 seed in the tournament. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Anne-Marie Anderson alongside Salima Rockwell. And Salima, what a treat for the fans. Olympic medalists all over the floor today.
They are so fortunate to have all these young players at the Triple Crown tournament watching these Olympians. They have no idea what a big deal this is, but they're in for it. And none other led by Jordan Larson, who is the most decorated volleyball player in the United States with 4 Olympic medals. She does everything for this team. She passes, best passer, best defender, most efficient attacker, and is the leader in the heart and soul of the Omaha team.
Taking a look at the starting lineup, there's another 2-time Olympic medalist in Justine Wong-Arantes, but that's not all. Jordan Thompson, Olympic opposite on the other side.
She is a 2-time Olympic medalist, and she may have started off this league a little bit slow, but she is turning it on last night with 18 kills and leading her team to a sweep over Madison, getting them here to this match today.
Note that Kaisa Alanko will again be running the offense for Houston. That's what happened yesterday. Micah Hancock not 100%. Alanko not only got them the win, she was player of the match.
When it's so impressive when you see somebody come in and have to step in that position to lead the teams, and she led them with incredible efficiency, a team that hit 304 off of her setting.
That's a great sign. The fans are so excited here to have this level of professional league. You mentioned Triple Crown tournament. It is the invitation-only biggest tournament in junior and club volleyball. And for these young players, Salima, to come here and see what might be possible, my gosh.
Well, it's everything. You know, I played a long time ago.
Yeah, you did. National team setter.
But man, if I had this opportunity when I was young to be able to see all of these Olympians in the same place and really see what that looks like, I mean, it would mean everything. This is incredible.
Got to see it to believe it. Kaisa Alanko will start off serving. She's out of Finland, as we talked about. She said it's so different here than Europe. And I said, what are some of the things? She said, well, Houston's new, Europe's old, right? She goes, and I eat a lot of Tex-Mex. They're just checking the lineup that Massimo Barbolini put in, making sure all is good. Houston will start with Jordan Thompson up front, Maddie Kingdom, Rishel on the outside, and Foley in the middle. Immediately, Thader out of the middle. She's a former player from Missouri.
Well, and keep an eye on her, because this is a fast, springy middle attacker. When they are passing well, which they usually are, they want to get to the ball as much as possible.
Cue the music. Here is Jordan Larson, 4-time Olympian. Merzik, perfect pass. Foley goes wide.
And I think both teams are going to have to start by establishing the middle attack early to open up things for the pins. This is going to be a really interesting battle with 2 excellent teams.
Another serve to Jess Merzik. That's something that we're going to see a lot. They're going to challenge her. Taking a look at the scouting report, we mentioned Omaha had a bye.
Omaha had a bye, and they were looking for it. They were fighting for it last week, because rest is huge. But sometimes, hey, is too much rest a bad thing? Will they start off strong? We're going to find out here. Houston, we talked about freezing Winters. Winters had 20 kills in the last match. They're going to have to find ways to slow her down. And then it's the super point strategy.
If you don't know what the super point is, just wait. It is so much fun. We'll get more into detail later, but basically, coach is gonna call it before the play, and it's worth 2. Perfect pass by Wong-Arantes, and Foley, Raffaella Foley out of Italy with a solo block.
So that's the game that they're gonna play, right? On a perfect pass, how much are they gonna establish the middle? Is the middle blocker gonna commit block? And that's what we saw right there with Foley.
What does it mean to commit?
Commit block is you're in the air when the middle is hitting the ball. So that's it. You have sole focus. You're not thinking about anything else.
Pogany to Jordan Thompson. They certainly want to get her going early. She was fantastic yesterday, as you said. Rischel. Dig. Merzik going to test the center of the court.
Such a smart shot by Merzik, looking for options, looking for the defense, and seeing where she can attack the ball. That has been maybe the most vulnerable spot on the Omaha defense.
Maddie Kingdon Rischel played her collegiate ball at Arizona. She has a lot of shots. Yesterday, Salima, she was all power. Let's see. Adriana Fitzmaurice at the opposite. Jaylee Winters. Pogany underneath it. Kingdon Rischel, and oh, what a huge block. Thader and Fitzmaurice together.
Well, that's trouble no matter who is attacking because they are so physical. And I really applaud Fitzmaurice getting in there, staying in on the back row attack and creating that block.
Merzik's pass is good. And Jordan Thompson makes it so smooth.
One of the smoothest attackers. She doesn't even need a big approach. Sometimes she can just back up, step close, looks effortless, and really how she moves the ball around the court is like nothing we've seen. You're going to see that a lot this evening.
Serve is no good. This Omaha squad is led by Susie Fritz, a very decorated coach from Kansas State. You know her well. What makes her a great coach?
You know, I think there's so many things. She knows the game at an extremely high level, right? She's one of the smartest coaches, but it is the connection with the players, how they respond to her, how she connects with them. And I think it's so much fun for her, and they can feel that, and that's why they're feeding off of it with this Omaha team.
We're seeing the 6'2" as Laura Dykema came in to serve and set. Over to Jaylee Winters, who's able to get it past the block of Amber Igidi.
Well, and that's the ball control and the touch of Omaha. That's what you're going to see is how much stress can they put on the block, how many split blocks can they get. That means seams and spaces within the block because they're passing so well.
Dykema out of the Netherlands. Again, puts pressure on Merzik.
And Merzik is handling that well. So you think about passing, you want to be perfect pass, middle of the court. It's a little bit off the net, but she can still run the offense.
Micah Hancock just entered to serve. She did not play yesterday. She is not running this offense, but they are going to use her serve.
As they should.
That's why. Hancock, first set of the weekend for her. Jaylee Winters underneath. Drevniak, did she get a touch? She did.
Drevniak is one of the opposites on that Omaha team, and she moves the ball around better than anyone. You're going to watch her hit high hands inside the block. We'll just keep an eye on her.
So interesting, Micah Hancock is staying in the match. So are we seeing a 6'2" for the first time? We'll see. The opposite they've got in is Grace Froling. Merzik, aggressive attack.
Well, and we've seen a variety of swings from Merzik. She tipped to the middle of the court. She grooved one inside the block. Now high, flat hands. It's nice to see a little more options with Merzik.
Unable to be recovered. Let's check in with the third member of our team, Michaela Chester.
Earlier today at Serve and Pass, Omaha head coach Susie Fritz did not know if Lauren Stivrins would be available as she deals with an ongoing injury. I checked in moments before the game. They obviously went with Adriana Fitzmaurice. She said we likely won't see Stivrins to try and save her for tomorrow, and you can expect to see them in and out of a 6-2.
That's so interesting, Emily, because, again, we're seeing that 6-2, but we haven't seen much of Fitzmaurice. So what are we looking for with her?
Well, you know, last time she played some and she got a couple of big blocks. She can hit over top of the block. It's going to take a little bit of time to get her really going and completely comfortable, but it's her size and her physicality at the net that I think is going to make a big difference. You're going to see a lot more blocks, perhaps, with Fitzmaurice over there.
Not to mention Thader shutting it down next to Drevniak. So Drevniak and Fitzmaurice, the opposites today. What's different about that is as Michaela pointed out, was that Stivrins is a former middle blocker, and so it was like having two middles over there. Fitz spent a little time in the middle too.
She absolutely did. So they can still run some of those double quicks. You can still have maybe a quick attack in the middle and a slide on the right side. Gives you some options.
No good. Houston is led by Massimo Barbolini. He was an assistant coach on Italy's gold medal Olympic team. And it's a super point. Super point means Houston, if they win this, they get 2 points. But if Omaha wins it, they get 2. You get 1 per set, per coach. And with that kill, 2 points awarded to Houston.
Well, and I think it's so interesting. We were talking about the strategy, like how they're going to use these super points, when they're going to use them. It's going to be really interesting to watch how this develops. I love this bonus point thing.
I love this wrinkle, and it certainly served him well. Now locked up at 10 apiece. One thing coaches have kind of told us consistently is that they like to use it early in the match or early in the set, because if it doesn't work out, you got a little time to make it up. A serve. I'm watching Susie Fritz like a hawk right now to see if she's going to call for a super point. When I asked her how she felt about it, she goes, look, it's risky, but doing the same thing the way that things have always been done is easy, and I don't want to do easy. Ajiti. Hit with a feather, but hits the line.
Sometimes you got to get lucky, and sometimes the net's involved. And hey, as long as you're up and available, able to make something happen.
Drevniak. Pogany picks it up. Hancock makes it better. Froling. Over the top. Drevniak with the kill. Omaha takes the 12-11 lead. And with that, we will have our first timeout, the media timeout. There's a lot involved here. Check out the fashion of these athletes. They're having fun playing dress up and being so fun to watch. League One Volleyball is presented by Adidas and by Love Finals, where the first League One Volleyball champion will be crowned. Join us April 10th, 11th, and 13th at the KFC Yum Center in Louisville. Tickets now on sale. Go to LOVBfinals.com for more details. Salima, let's review the super point, because it is something that's been used in a couple of other leagues, like in India and such, but we're testing it out here.
Well, so the coach gets this opportunity, right? These bonus point opportunities. And I think that siren, I love the siren.
Isn't
I want
it
it to be
amazing?
really loud, like a hockey siren.
I know.
Like it kind of scare people. That would be kind of cool. But we were talking earlier about strategy. I think as a coach, I'd use it at the end. I want to get it when it's tight. But you're right. Like thinking about the risk of those points at the end of sets, at the end of matches. You do that in practice, maybe not in a game. So used a little bit earlier.
A little bit of a trouble pass. Rachel was somewhat stopped by the scorer's table.
And continuing to target Mrzik in the passing. Again, it's not that she's a bad passer, it's putting pressure.
Right.
You have elite passers. You know Rachel can pass, you know Pogany can pass, and keep testing the youngster in the league.
Yeah. Pogany steps in front. There's the first from Jaylee Winters. Probably more to come.
Well, and so we talked about Omaha being in and out of that 6-2, right? You had Fitzmaurice on the right and Drevniak on the right. Now they're in that 5-1. Setters front row. They got Drevniak as an option in the back row. They've got Winters as an option in the back row. So I like this. I like that they can go in and out of it and have the back row attack options.
It's also worth noting there's only 8 substitutions. So you don't necessarily run out of subs going in and out. So Susie Fritz got a nice blocker in Laura Dykema. Drevniak with a hammer.
She is just a nightmare to block or to play defense around because she has so many shots. Very difficult to read out of the back row. Certainly has the vision she needs at that angle.
And that's enough for Massimo Barbolini as he calls a timeout, try to slow the roll.
Volleyball fans, it's time for tonight's first.
For sure, after they go in 4. When they go in 4, we stay, okay?
From all
Bye.
6 teams. These items help the show team in their inaugural season.
I'm impressed that Massimo Barbolini went through that super point earlier because we talked to him last night, maybe at the bar of the hotel, and he said, I called a super point. It didn't work out. So I thought, oh man, is he not going to do it again? But he's open to trying new things. I'm really waiting for Susie Fritz.
Oh, I can't wait.
Because she's in the lead, and most people think about doing it when you're behind.
Right, but extending a lead is significant. But you also take a chance in closing the gap, right?
Right. Mrzik continuing to pass. Alanko goes to Jordan Thompson. The other thing about the super point is most coaches have said they want it when they're receiving, except for Micah Hancock's serve. That's the only one who wanted a server, though. We've gone once around the dial. Here is Alanko. Remember how formidable this block was for Houston last time around. Rischel. Great pickup by Winters. Larson, no good. Why?
How about Winters laying out for this ball and controlling this touch? And you watch after Larson hits this ball and she says, my fault, because it was a phenomenal defensive effort. She wanted that hard into the angle.
(13 serving 15. Juan Garantes dimes it. A couple of players down. Everybody knew it was going to go to Drevniak as Larson tripped. That's legal. As long as it stays on your side, you can have a double. Rischel with a hammer. Well read by Mrzik. Again, it comes down to the block. Fader, of course, in the middle.
How about that rally? So many good touches, controlling the ball, keep the transition going. But it's the block. Once it's set by Omaha, it is really difficult to get around.
There's a lot at stake here in that the winner of this, the winning team, gets $100,000. That's awfully nice. $40,000 and $20,000 for second and third. And there's some individual awards. It's another 10 grand, Salima, for the MVP of the tournament.
Oh, man, I wish I was still playing.
I know you were gonna say that.
It's not happening. But what an incentive. Like, this is so fun. This tournament, kind of independent of the entire league schedule. They have the regular schedule, and then right in the middle of it, they've got this LOVB Classic, which is such a unique and different thing that you're seeing here in professional volleyball.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. The winner of this has a chance at that 100,000. The loser does not. The most they could get would be 20,000.
So interesting. Yeah, a lot at stake.
Murzek, so patient and mature.
Again, it's another shot from Murzek. Not just going hard in the angle, because anybody that knows her knows that she loves to hit hard into the angle, but seeing the defense, understanding what's in front of her.
Rischel. Ball long. Yeah, and I think we're getting into that range where I don't think Susie Fritz will use the super point.
It's a chance of losing it is a huge risk. Yeah, that's tough. Then it's tied up.
Thader serve on Murzek. Ripper from Jordan Thompson.
And how about that set? And I just love how Lenko's running this offense, knows how to set quick to the outside, quick to the middle, jacks this one high behind for the two-time Olympic medalist, Jordan Thompson.
Raffaella Folli is a 10-year veteran of the Italian team. Her serve was good. Now, calling your own number. How about Alanko? Quick to Winters. Dykema trying to get it back, but there's a traffic jam in Omaha.
That is so unfortunate. Dykema gave a little bit of a lean back. Watch this lean. She leans, there's the dump that goes over. And then the second set, she leaned back like she was setting behind. She got everyone to bite. And unfortunately, there was that traffic you talked about.
Winters blocked, then Chicken Wing covers herself. And a throwdown from Jordan Thompson.
And these are nearly impossible to defend when you're that physical, you're that high, and you can just jam that ball down inside the block. You can see this angle, and there's no defense for that. No one can come underneath the ball.
Folli on Justine Wong-Arantes. No block on Drevniak. And there's another jam, if you will.
So an open net dig, which was incredible by Rischel. Perfect dig. And I'm just really impressed with the development of Murzek, seeing the block, seeing the defense, knowing what she needs to do at the right times.
4 unanswered points by Houston.
I thought that was a pretty nice call, just like on a 2, something in front, right? So then we'll go to D. Right now, pretty tough matchup for your left sides, right? It's big out there, right? So if we can get Conde off, I like it. If you could dump it, I like it, right? Some action in the middle of the floor. You got nobody up, all good, right?
Tough spot right now. Houston, all the momentum after these unanswered points.
You know, during that timeout, a lot of conversation between Susie Fritz and her setter. She likes what she's doing. She's actually creating some one-on-one opportunities. Again, they're in the 2-hitter phase right now. She has back row options. And depending on where they serve, which was to Wong-Arantes, which you might think is crazy, but that's trying to determine where the ball's being set from after the serve.
That's a good option, too. An ace serve down the line.
And Winters, who would be on paper the least proficient passer, that's where she's going now. So they move that around a little bit, get it off of Wong-Arantes, and move it to the outside.
And right back to the middle. Folli comes off the service line, picks that up, and sets it up for a right side kill.
Over the top. So right now, some serving strategy. If you can serve a drop zone, a mid zone to Larson, to Winters, then you have no left side attack, no back row attack. Jam them up a little bit. It limits Omaha's offense.
Drebniak off hands and a little hesitation. Salima, one of the keys to this match, or things, the scouting report, if you will will Omaha start off hot? I mean, Houston had time to work out some kinks yesterday.
They did, and no matter how much you want the rest, you still kind of want to play a little bit before you play in a big match. That's the challenge. That's the balance of getting that kind of rest.
Yeah, and Houston got a great chance to get comfortable with Alanco. Herrera blocked.
Herrera so physical, gets over the net, got into that angle of Mirzik. Watch how quick she is to the pin. Up and finishes with that left hand. That's the key to everything for a middle blocker.
I'm watching her footwork, just reading, scooting along. Mirzik, every ball going to her right now. Winters. Quick. Genie waiting for it. Oh, the swing by Jaylee Winters.
That's the heat you've been waiting for. Jaylee Winters, she can get in there, get on it fast and hard if she sees that angle.
Timeout called by Massimo Barbolini. You see Justine Wong Arante is part of Omaha. Let's take a look at her watching her work.
Well, if you're a libero, just watch her all day long. It's her footwork, it's her vision, it's how she's directing, she's pointing, she's talking. I mean, that's what makes a great libero. It's not just all the touches, right? It's controlling the backcourt. That is your job, talking about the offense. And then, oh yeah, I'm gonna scoop a ball, and then I'm gonna help everybody else out throughout the entire rally. I mean, it's just incredible to watch her play. That's why she's the Olympian that she is.
Yeah, exactly. Voted best libero in the Tokyo Olympics. That was impressive, just watching her, always working.
And that's what you always talk to your players about, working away from the ball. Like, what are you doing in between plays, and when it's not coming your way? That is it. That's what you should be doing. That's exactly what it looks like.
Back on the court.
Micah Hancock back in, one of the best servers in the world, serving for Houston. Watch the speed of this serve. And the curve. Dykema goes back again. Well read by Hancock. Winters, quick set to her, flat, no touch, and out.
That's a tough one at this juncture. You talk about errors, you're gonna get blocked, things are gonna happen, unforced errors, hitting the ball just out without hitting the block, tough time.
And you give Micah Hancock another go at the service line. That's a break for Omaha, but everybody on Houston's side saying, no, let's challenge that.
Micah's face, you can feel it, right?
Right, and the official actually decided to challenge it herself, not Massimo Barbolini doesn't need to, because the official said, I want to take a look at it, I'm not.
Again, you watch how this ball moves, how it tails.
Oh, that's, oh my goodness. That makes this set point.
Never a doubt.
Set point. Micah Hancock.
Oh, we've got a timeout.
And a timeout called by Susie Fritz. You better try to ice the server.
Absolutely.
Here's the deal.
Okay, we are ready, bravo. This one, save the ball. The second thing.
As much noise as you possibly can. I want you to stomp your feet. I want
Who's in front of us?
I want you to cheer. I want you to wave your sign. We're going to create this giant energy towards the court for this last part of the first set.
matches, right? Yeah, we're okay, right? We're right here, just one play, right?
For those of you loving the super point, Susie Fritz cannot call the super point now. After 22 in a set, you can't do it. So you would think, hey, this is perfect time. Well, that's why you can't call it after 22.
There you go. So right now, expect this ball to go towards Winters. And perhaps Drevniak gets the ball.
And Micah Hancock can go as hard as she wants because they've got a nice lead. And she does. All right, that's the set. And it comes off Micah Hancock on the service line. What a difference she makes.
She makes a difference all the time, and that is why Houston came away with this set with a big, big win.
Love League One Volleyball.
Fans, one more time for the Chiefs Rumble.
Welcome back to the Love Classic. I'm joined by Creighton Volleyball head coach Kirsten Bernthal-Booth. Here at the biggest weekend in college volleyball, what has impressed you about the younger generation of talent you're witnessing?
Well, you know, I think they have watched so much volleyball, the IQ of these athletes continues to go up. You know, the game is played out of system, so they figure out ways to get swings. I'm just so impressed how they start to understand the game, even at like 12s and 13s.
You're getting to watch your former player, Jaylee Winters, 3 kills already in this match. One of the most decorated Creighton players of all time. When did you know that she was going to be a gamer?
One of my favorite stories of Jaylee was we made I think our first Sweet 16 or maybe our second in our program history, and she's a freshman and she's getting interviewed and they were like, were you nervous? And she's like, no, I wasn't nervous. I win. That's what I do. And she's always been a winner since she arrived.
Well, enjoy the game, Coach. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Indeed, she does. I love that story. Hey, Coach Salima, you got to have confidence, right?
I love that. That's a coach's dream to hear those words coming from your player's mouth.
first point of the second set. How about Jordan Larson just sliding in for the pancake?
Here I come, nice and easy, sliding in.
Yeah.
But I like the strategy, getting the left side out of it and then releasing the blockers to Fitzmaurice, and they just didn't turn that block into the court.
Susie Fritz again starts the same way with Gabby Blossom and Adriana Fitzmaurice. Good use of the block by Houston.
Well, again, we talked about Fitzmaurice. You know, she's out there, one of the best blockers. She can be physical and really shut down Merzick. This is a nice matchup, and we'll see how this plays out.
Wong Arantes brings it back in. There's the joust. Foley. And then Merzick again. She carries such a heavy load for this team. Ball coming to us. Well put by Alanko. And then Fitz puts it away.
Incredible hustle on the side of Houston, keeping that ball alive. But I like that offense. We talked about Fitzmaurice playing some middle. That was a fast set behind. That wasn't a high ball. Hey, they're still running a quick offense to her with that back one.
Yeah, she started off her collegiate career in the middle, and Kevin Hambley moved her over to the right pretty quickly. It's devastating length. Speaking of devastating, Jordan Thompson.
Well, like, they're just chucking it up there for her, and she's just going and getting it. Look how high this is. She can step close, see the entire court, and put it wherever she wants.
Jordan Thompson is saying like her slower start to the season was because she's never had that much time off since she was 10.
Well, I believe it, and we're looking around in the crowd. I mean, a lot of these young players, you know, if you get to that level, that's the same. They just play and play and play, and you never have time off. So it's welcome time off.
Right, it's from the Olympics till the start of League One volleyball is what I'm talking about.
Yes, but it is one of those moments where it's like, hey, I got to work myself back into it. I've never done this before.
It looks pretty good for her so far with 11 kills, no errors. And now Jordan Thompson going back to serve. Down the line, brought back in. And we're seeing Maddie Kubik-Banks, who Jordan Thompson was serving. She's special out of Nebraska. We haven't seen a ton from her.
Talented player. They used her last week in their victory to earn their bye. Had a couple of significant blocks and kills to get them going, but she's someone that can absolutely contribute and make a difference.
Attacking high hands is Merzick.
How about that? Again, I'm going to keep talking about it. I don't care. She now has every shot in the book. Ball's alive, sees the hands of Fitzmaurice, goes high and flat to tool off the hands.
Outside, over the top. Back again to Kubik-Banks. Pogany makes it look easy, sliding underneath it. Unable to be contained, though. You talked about high hands, Salima. What is it and why is it so effective?
Well, when you're looking at the block as an attacker, and these big blockers, you want to blast towards almost the ceiling or out of bounds, hitting the hands on the way out. So we talk about attacking the high hands, high and flat, to get the tool, to get the ball to go out of bounds when you don't have a clean swing.
Dykema in. Merzick. No problem, and this is going to go again. Kubik-Banks. Little tip into the center. Nope. Oh, maybe so. Did get hands.
Drevniak falling away from that one. You saw a lot of tips in that rally. Some were off the net, some were intentional, trying to get certain players off, because sometimes you can just really take advantage of your block by knowing where the ball's going next if you take someone out with a tip.
All right, GD is blocked, back again. Jordan Thompson behind the 10-foot line. Goes right at her Olympic teammate, Wong Orantes.
She is playing at such a silly level right now. Everyone knows the ball is going to the right side, Jordan Thompson, but it doesn't matter. There's a double block on her, and she's still able to get a kill.
She's robotic so far, perfect 12 kills. They needed that one, a little life for Omaha out of the middle. That was Candelaria Herrera.
Herrera so fast. You talk about the middles for Omaha and how quick they are, both she and Thader. But Herrera, if they can get the ball to her, arms always up, she can find the way to the floor.
A smaller middle listed at just 6 feet. Big jump. And a huge block. Herrera, the first one to put a chink in the armor of Jordan Thompson.
That's what they needed. We talked about the double block being there but not being able to do anything. Again, it's the inside hand of Herrera. That's what she's so good at, taking away those angles.
Alanko back again. Off Jordan Larson and out of bounds.
Love how she's moving it around, understanding that big block in front of her. You can see how she falls away from that. The entire time she wanted to tool off the edge of that block.
It's interesting watching former teammates go against each other because they've been in the gyms. They know what to attack and what not, but it's kind of like, I think I know what you think I'm thinking.
It's so good.
Right?
You know, their tendencies, and they're like, is she going to do this right now? It's so good.
Waiting to see if a challenge is going to be requested.
Or in, do the referee signal. Out or in.
Let's take a look.
Hands up.
Ah, it was called out, but perhaps it is in.
Perhaps.
Make some outs.
See if we can get a good look at that. Oh, this is going to sell it. Oh,
In by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
wow. Well, it's so hard when it comes so fast and so close to the line with the naked eye. And that's why I love this system.
Strong challenge. Alanko goes outside to Rischel. Larson waiting. Foley read it all the way. Rischel, just power.
We were talking about that last night, the amount of power that she was generating. Someone that normally can move the ball just around, all the way around the court, is crushing balls right now.
Yeah, that's the thing about Maddie Kingdon-Rischel is that she has all these shots. Yesterday, pure power. As soon as they start taking that away, she'll do something else. Drevniak goes right in the seam between Alanko and Merzik.
Drevniak has all the shots as well. She can blast through it. She sees it. She's such a fast arm and a good wrist, and that's what makes her so effective.
Rischel plants and power. Ball is good, brought back in, nice and calmly. Dykema calls her own number, Pokeny all over it. It's an interesting play because Rischel pulls her hands down, says, you're not gonna use me, queen.
Well, that's what the queen does. She sees hands, she can hit off of them, but even when she sees the hands being pulled, look at this play. Keeping it alive, just chops it to the back corner. That's why she's the GOAT.
Yep. Free ball opportunity for Omaha. Big time block, Foley and Rischel. Uh-oh, another open swing. Wong Orantes brings it into the court. How about that? Out of the back court.
And Kubik getting it done, making a contribution, knew she would, and that's what they need from her. More offense. Coach Susie Fritz last week was saying we need to kill the ball better, kill the ball harder, get balls on the floor in transition. We're seeing some open net swings that are not going down on the side of Omaha. That's what they need. They need power.
Omaha with the lead. We saw them have a lead in the last set as well. No super points called yet.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah,
Is it coming? Is it time?
Let's see. Blocked on that side. Jordan Thompson, huge block in front. Careful to go around it. Sometimes Larson comes in like a freight train.
Still got it.
3-point lead for Omaha.
We're feeling the love this weekend.
Welcome back, second set action. Omaha leading by 3. Michaela Chester, what you got on Omaha?
Jordan Larson has been in pro volleyball for over 15 years, and her passion for the game has evolved so much. She told me that now it is mentorship is where her heart is. It's watching the light bulb click for younger players. That's what keeps her in the game. Something specific she's been trying to ingrain in Maddie Kubik-Banks is that volleyball is a series of decisions, but if you try to make your decision before you hit, it is not going to work over time. You can't decide ahead of time, I'm gonna hit line, and then you go up and line is taken away. So Larson said it's starting to slowly click for Maddie, but it takes time. It personally took Jordan 2 years on the national team, Anne-Marie.
I love that because we are seeing exactly that, Emily. 2 kills for Maddie Kubik-Banks, who we haven't seen a ton of. She's front court right now, number 33. Next to Thader, who shuts it down.
Well, she's a high-level volleyball player. That's what you have to remember about this league. There's so many good players just on the court all the time. And you sub one in, you talk about Maddie Kubik-Banks, one of the highly decorated players out of Nebraska, an elite-level player, and now she's able to showcase what she's doing with the mentorship of Jordan Larson. Like, that is so incredible.
Here she is. And Foley changes the conversation. Foley and Jordan Thompson next to each other. They played together in Italy, so that relationship's been a long time.
That block is incredible. How she moves along the net, closes to Jordan Thompson and gets that block.
When you've got that relationship between Rafa Foley and Jordan Thompson blocking, I think you saw it right in that closure. Thader. Back again to Thader. She's going for high hands. And I believe she got them. Yes.
All looking for it.
Yeah, and Igidi kind of just set it like when she came down. So Omaha up by 4. So Massimo Barbolini, if he did the super point, it could be 10-16 or it could be 12-14. It's kind of rough figuring it out. Outside, Merzik, or excuse me, Bick. There's Maddie Rischel.
Gidi working so hard. If you're watching these entire rallies and watching your middles play, just get up, block from pin to pin, and Gidi, one of the most physical attackers out of the middle. She's calling for the set every single time. She's like, again, set me again, please, set me again.
Double substitution for Massimo Barbolini. He brings in Grace Froling and Micah Hancock, who finished the first set win for Houston from the service line. Whoa, Pogany, up and over.
So good in transition. Again, that is what Susie Fritz said last week. They have to be better in trans. How are we gonna score? How are we gonna get the ball on the floor? That's digging the ball perfectly, creating one-on-one opportunities at the net.
Pogany will set. Micah Hancock goes to Igidi in the middle.
Igidi thundering that ball. Watch her work. Again, quick, high, physical, sees the block in front of her, goes in the opposite direction.
Can you talk to me how about difficult that is as a setter, the ball coming high and over Micah Hancock's shoulder?
It's really difficult. Tracking it and then finding your middle attacker is challenging enough, but finding that perfect swing for them is elite.
Sara Loda in serving. She played in Italy with Micah Hancock, so lots of relationships. Kubik Banks covers her own, but it's on the other side. Juan Orantes brings it around. Jordan Larson will set. It's Drevniak. Ripper down the line. Persistence of Omaha.
Coach Fritz clapping it up on the sideline, but how about just seeing Juan Orantes making that play around the pole? And now there's some conversation at the net. And he is that pursuit, keeping that ball.
Yep. And she brings it outside the antenna, as she must when she comes around. Doesn't go over inside by antennas. Talked about the relationship we heard from Michaela Kubik Banks and Larson, both of them on the floor on the left side of the court. And there's the attack.
And those are the high hands we talked about earlier. Herrera was up there, big, physical, but Rachel sees it, so she goes flat. Everyone needs to learn that shot. Hit high and flat off the hands.
Why is it so difficult to defend?
It just skips so far out of bounds. You have to be super deep in the middle back and expect that to be able to chase it down. It's very difficult.
Grace Froling and listening to Micah Hancock, who gets up and says, come on, Grace, hit it.
Oh, that's Hancock. She's going to be firing people up. But Froling, how about the physicality of the opposites on this Houston team? I just love how high they're setting the ball for both of them. For Jordan Thompson, for Grace Froling. They can just go over the top.
Drevniak picked up by Hancock. Outside, Larson. It is long.
An incredible dig by Juan Orantes, keeping it alive. Larson was looking for some hands, trying to make something out of that. Just missed.
2 kills, 2 errors for Jordan Larson at this point. Well, that stops Houston from closing the gap completely. I don't know how you practice that other than 15 years of professional, right?
When it's so fast, right? How do you get there? You have to get there quickly. And yeah, maybe you practice that on tape.
I asked Larson, like, how she knows what to do when, and she said her time in the national team gym under head coach Coach Karai was always competition. That's all they did was compete and compete and compete. After a while, it became second nature to her.
And there's just so much to be said for that environment. When you're always in competition mode, you just have to learn. You have to figure out how to win, how to score points.
Timeout called by Massimo Barbolini.
Okay, good. They play so quick. Where we arrive, we go inside. We go inside immediately inside, okay? This ball is a strange ball, okay? But normally we go and we continue as we are doing. Look at the ball. If the ball is long, we close line. And if the ball is short, we go a little bit more inside. Bye, yes. 1 point now, Receiving very well.
Micah Hancock just brings a certain calm to the court. What do you see as a former national team setter when you look at her?
Well, it's her demeanor. You know, I think she's competitive but quiet, and then is fired up at the right times. I think there are some setters that just make everyone feel like everything's gonna be okay. I think she's one of those setters.
Sometimes that's all you need is, honey, everything is going to be okay. Good timeout for Massimo Barbolini. I call that a coach's point, right? When you call a timeout before serve.
I'll take it.
All right.
I take it all the time.
I love it.
That's just me.
The double substitution coming in again brings Jordan Thompson in up front next to her former Italian teammate and current teammate Rafa Foley. And again, we will see the work of Alanko running the offense.
And look for Drevniak. I think she's been really running some really good offense on the side of Omaha. Let's keep an eye on her.
My word, Thader. I know she's long, but there's more to blocking than that. How is she so successful?
There's so much more. She gets over the net. Let's watch her hands. Once she gets there and the finish, she's up and then completely breaks the plane of the net when she blocks. This is the perfect angle to see it. I'm over and I finish into the court. The high hands we talked about, sometimes it's when the hands are just up and not finishing completely over. That rarely happens to her.
That gives us something great to look for. Gabby Blossom serving. Adriana Fitzmaurice in the opposite position for Omaha. It comes so quickly. Larson likes those sets so fast.
She likes them fast because she can just get on it super quick, find some space between the block. When you're a middle blocker, if you're not already gone, taking off, I'm gonna just go to the outside, you're gonna be late, and that's the result. Your hands are gonna be up there, and she's gonna tool them.
To the middle, Foley, blocked back in by Blossom. Grischel trying for high hands, doesn't get them.
That was a bit of a setting mishap. Could have led her a little bit closer. The set was at about 9 feet. Lead her a little closer, she can get some swings.
Timeout called by Massimo Barbolini. We saw Micah Hancock earlier. She's defensively so strong. Take us through this play and her communication.
Well, and if you watch her move, how quick she is, but she's leading, calling shots, talking to her hitters about being up, and you can hear it. You can hear it quickly, and you watch her move. She's got one of the most efficient movements on the court that you're going to see with her feet.
28. Section 9. And now I want everyone to cheer together.
Hancock played one season for Massimo Barbolini when she was in Italy and paired up with Loda.
Looks like she's stretching out there on the side. And obviously, we know that she's been in and out and really trying to make sure she's healthy, able to serve, score some points when they need her to.
Remember that the winner of this match gets a chance at that $100,000 tomorrow that goes to the winning team.
Huge incentive. I mean, they are playing at another level. That swing by Jordan Thompson, no one's defending that. High, turns it back into the court. There's no defense. She wants to win that 100,000.
Super point. Massimo Barbolini has to call it here before it gets to 22. Here's your chance. Pogany. And it's Fitzmaurice, a breakdown in the block. That one does not pay off for Massimo Barbolini. 2 points to Omaha, and now you got a big gap.
That's happened a couple of times to Houston with a block, gotten a little fooled, or they're late. They're trying to guess and make some reads. Open net swing for Omaha.
Omaha a couple of points away from tying up this set. If you don't go over Thader, she'll make you eat it.
And a little bit of a tight set, and Thompson wanted that. Thader did a little tiptoe at the end there. Gets the block, waits for it, throws it down. That is a high altitude volleyball game right now.
Set point, Omaha. No good, no touch. Omaha wins the second set. We are even at 1 set apiece.
Omaha ties them out 1-1 here in our first match today.
Third set on tap. We are having so much fun with love this weekend. Everybody showing the love on Valentine's weekend.
We are feeling the love this weekend at the LOVB Classic. Okay.
Over 8,000 athletes here, including some kids of famous players in other sports. Candace Parker, basketball. Andre Beltran, baseball. Lane Kiffin, football. All their daughters choosing volleyball, including Lachlan Vaughn. Look at Dad, Vince Vaughn, the ultimate volley dad. Look at the numbers here. I mean, just for people who don't understand it, 670 teams, 90 of the top 100 clubs, 850 plus coaches, including you, Salima. What is it like to be in that environment recruiting?
Well, you want to go to the best tournaments, the most volume, right? That's what you have at Triple Crown at the NIT. Because it's an elite level invitational, you're getting all the best. You can go from court to court to court and watch these elite level athletes. That's why you sing so many coaches here. This is where you're getting your biggest bang for your buck. You know, you're here watching, and now they're here watching these Olympians and watching these professional volleyball players. It's just such a cool environment this weekend, and I feel so fortunate to be able to do a little bit of both.
Yeah, you've been coming since the inception. Okay, the teams have switched sides and a different starting rotation for Houston as Micah Hancock will start serving. We haven't seen that before. She's been coming in off the bench. It was a bomb of a serve to start things off. Also, they're starting with Fitzmaurice in, who's able to power through the block for an Omaha point.
On a critical point, getting Hancock off the line. She's going to get you in trouble in first ball. And Omaha, can you transition out of it? And they did.
I'm surprised that we have seen Massimo Barbolini call 2 super points, but nothing from Susie Fritz. Thompson, Doug. Back out to Cubic Banks. Wong Arante, she goes into it, but kind of like a bowling pin, and nobody can get around her.
First one scoops up with ease and goes for that second one. No one else is able to get it, but man, Wong Arante is so impressive with how she plays the game and sees the game.
Maddie Kingdon-Rischel. Fitzmaurice gets a little bit under it, perhaps. Jordan Thompson tries something different. JT. Blossom is going to try to work that middle, and it goes. A fader available for her.
And she's always available, always up and ready, firing that ball in there. So many good things on the Omaha side. Again, when you're watching what's happening on the other side of the net, when Merzik's out of the play, that's why the block was able to slow it down on the right side of the court. So many things that one touch leads to another.
Thader now at the service line. Interesting, she did not go to Merzik. Went into a little bit of traffic instead. Kubik Banks off the arms of the block.
And Larson runs over to her. Happy with that, talking to her about that swing. You know, we talked about that relationship. How cool is that mentorship right there?
Yeah, Michaela Chester telling us her conversation with Jordan Larson said that's one of the reasons that keeps her invested in this game is those kind of relationships. To see it happen on the court, pretty incredible. Okay, you're just living your life right at this point.
Hitting the side of the ball, chopping it in, and I know you've seen her set a couple of really high, weird out-of-system balls over the net, but I think she's managing her game so well. She's got the big swing, she takes it. It's a little bit off, she chops it, and then keeps it in play without making high errors. That's why Jordan Thompson's so good right now at this point in the match.
Trouble. Free ball opportunity, Igini. Four contacts called.
On the left Houston side of the court.
And it's going to be explained to Micah Hancock.
Well, you've got Patty Rolfe up there, and she is one of the best referees in the world. And I'm not saying she's not right, but she's got eyes like the Hawkeye.
She's going to take a look at it again. One. Oh, is it 1-2 there?
2,
3,
maybe 1,
4.
2.
Yeah, so it's about the first thing with Foley and Merzik. Did they both touch it?
We'll take a look at that again. All right, so there's a touch there. That's fine. That's not in question.
That's not it.
It's
Foley,
that.
you just can't tell if it's the Foley and Merzick together a little bit out of the frame.
They both seem to touch it. Here it is. Boom, 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 boom.
You gotta like slow that so far down. I don't know that Merzick got to it.
I can't tell. It's hard to
Thankfully,
see.
it's not our job. Now here's the other issue. If you can't tell, it's gonna stay with what was called.
Oh, right, right.
We're waiting a little bit more information on that.
And players are all questioning, all want to know. Taking another look.
Down from the stand to take a look.
When I love this,
okay,
they want to get it right.
Watch Merzick. I think she did.
I think she did too. That's what I first
But are we
thought.
certain? That's the issue, right? The call was 4 touches, so it has to be conclusive for you to overturn it.
I'm certain-ish.
It looks like
Certain-ish.
No?
has started their own
Not enough?
interaction. Keep it going, keep it going.
Let's see, she's giving some thumbs up. Talking to Jordan Larson.
Here it comes, here it comes.
Michaela, while we're waiting, what do you have to add?
Well, it's actually Lexi Rodriguez who is having some fun with this long challenge. She got the fans involved and started the wave. As you can see, and she got so excited, Anne-Marie, when it actually worked. She was jumping up and down like, guys, I did it.
That's so funny. It's powerful to start a wave. And the call stands. Look how excited she is.
Well, you know,
oh, she's so fired up.
She's getting hot. Look at her just from starting the wave. It'd be nice if we got a glimpse of her. A lot of fans know who Lexi Rodriguez is.
Laura Dykema serving. So that call, again, stood as 4 touches. Herrera gets on top of it, but a beautiful cover. Pogany underneath. Merzick went after it, but grateful that she didn't come right off the floor, so careful.
There's a swing, block, cover, keeping it alive. And Drevniak's so good at seeing all the line to finish that play.
Uh-oh. Little tomahawk over by Wong Orantes. JT dug by Larson. Ball got a touch off of Omaha. Point Houston.
Herrera saying she did. Jordan Larson was thinking maybe there was nothing. Do we challenge? Oh, that was a nice high swing, getting just the top of the hands.
Cubic Banks. That was kind of a risky set as Dykema coming off the net and then tried to thread the tiniest of needles to Herrera. Uh-oh. So that's twice now they have gone after Cubic Banks.
We are all tied up. Love Houston for making a comeback here.
Tied up at 5 apiece.
Well, take a look at this serve receive. Drevniak running around the court, all the way around, trying to get to her spot.
And Cubic Banks makes it right off the block.
Cubic Banks, important part of that equation, because if Drevniak can't get there, there's no other option. She has to set to the left side. Really nice job hitting inside the block.
Merzick off the block into the antenna. Point Houston.
Smart swing again by the youngster. Merzick looking for high hands and getting that tool. Watch her see it swing across her body. Her arm finishes all the way on the other side of her body to get that tool off the block.
Drevniak dug as Murzik sat in it. Jordan Thompson gets the hands. And Larson not happy with herself.
It's frustrating when you know you can see something. You watch Jordan Thompson go high hands. She's lined up in position. There's nothing you can do about it.
Except take revenge on this swing. They go the other way to Drevniak. And a net violation against Houston bails out Omaha and leads us tied up at 7.
That was Rishel. They may have just clipped the top of the net.
Come on, Susie Fitz. Hit the super point.
Come on.
Murzik brings it in. Igidi.
Igidi making her impact. Up and available, sneaking the ball through the block. They want to continue to get the middles involved. Right now, Hancock in the front row as a blocker, so she can attack on 2, score some points for the Houston team at the net.
Drevniak right through the block.
And sometimes I don't even know how Drevniak does that. She's hitting .455 right now. That's just her efficiency is so good. Keeps the ball in play when she needs to, but a high kill percentage.
Over the top, Drevniak gets underneath it, but not, it's kind of a forearm ricochet.
Yeah, it's almost a pancake, but not quite. She was super deep down the line.
Drevniak told me that when she got drafted or she got placed in Omaha, everybody told her, Omaha's just different. Nebraska's just different. She didn't quite get it until she went to a Wisconsin-Nebraska match and was like, whoa.
It is different. I love that matchup. Larson, Thompson, 101. You knew they played those games a lot in the gym together. Hey, we're going 5-on-5. It's 1 against 1. Larson's got 1 on this one.
Goes down the line, trying to pressure Murzik. Jordan Thompson, that's the other side of the court now, so she's just having her way.
But I mean, we talked about in the Open, has had kind of a slower start because she had such a long break. But man, she is playing so well right now at her Olympic level.
Center line violation. That's what impresses me with Jordan Thompson is that she hits from the right side of the court and has had great success, but she's just as powerful from the left side of the court. That's what I mean when I say hitting from the other side.
It's impressive, and in that rotation 1, when she starts on the left side, they just jack it up for her, and yet she's as efficient.
We have a challenge going on. One of the reasons that's different for people who might not understand a right-handed hitter is that on the left side, you can grab that ball anywhere as it's coming towards you, but on the right side,
it's so different. It's different how it's crossing your body over your left shoulder, and you have to track it. So we'll take a look at this to see if they're underneath. Oh, that's no, I don't know, that's not near the play. You know, it is a full center line violation.
Yeah. Watch her foot, Murzik's, or excuse me, Thader's foot go all the way underneath right there. It's not when she lands, it's when she turns, right here. There is when it goes all the way under. Murzik off the block and out. Point Houston. They're the first to reach 12. We are at the media timeout. Houston coming alive, 3 consecutive points.
Absolutely feeling the love this weekend. Come out and support, and good luck to everyone.
League One Volleyball is presented by Adidas and by Love Finals, where the first League One Volleyball champion will be crowned. Join us April 10th, 11th, and 13th at the KFC Yum Center in Louisville. Tickets are now on sale. Go to LOVBfinals.com for more details. They're sending love letters. Somebody's got to be sending love letters to Jordan Thompson. 18 kills today.
Well, she's been incredible today. And we talked about how she started off hitting .082 on this season for the league. Right now, hitting at such a high level, 18 kills, and absolutely thundering the ball. She has found her stride, and they're going to have to continue to set her on the right side for for Houston to be able to come away with a win today.
I mean, her 18 kills, 2 errors, and 38 swings yesterday. And then you look at today's numbers, and again, it's 18 kills, 2 errors. Merzick, there she is, right? Super sharp.
That's the money swing. When things are lined up, everything's perfect. The tempo ball to Merzick, hitting her hard angle into the court.
Kubik. Merzick will bring it back. Easily picked up. Kind of a steady, careful rally. High balls all over the place. Nobody's setting with speed just yet. They're relying on power, like Drevniak's.
Well, that's the game right now. When the ball's a little bit off the net, let these players use their physicality. They can jump high, they can hit high and over top of the block. Might as well let them go ahead and do it.
Drevniak, the kill leader for Omaha, still error-free. She has 11. Sent back down by Herrera, rejected.
Herrera's so good with her hands at the net, not just on a tight set, but every time she blocks the ball. Just keep an eye on her hands when she moves along the net and how she finishes into the court.
Omaha alt blocking Houston 9-4. Brought back in. No blocker going up on that. So it can't get used, I guess. Kubik. And then Jordan Thompson out. Just using that block.
Thompson seeing the block so well. And Herrera, we talked about her hands pressing down. That one just didn't finish in time to block into the corner. You see Jordan Thompson saying, man, I think I got lucky there.
You know, I mentioned she had 2 errors yesterday and 18 kills. Actually, she doesn't have any errors today.
Well, she's managed the ball. And like we talked about, some of those balls that she's just kind of keeping in play. That's what keeps you efficient, limiting your errors. Smart.
No touch there. I was watching Drevniak saying, we want to challenge, and Herrera walks by and says, no, we don't. Right? Nobody knows better than the hitter.
That's right.
If you got hand.
What happened?
She's like, nope.
And you've got two hitters in the front row, setter in the front row for Omaha right now. Same.
Again, the use of the block again, and you saw that developing, Selena.
You can see it right away. She comes in, she even turns her body as she's swinging at this ball. Sees the block, tools off the hands.
All right, guys, we had so many of you submitting your photos that we've decided to create a mosaic. So keep sending them our way, scan the QR code, and we'd love to showcase you having a time of
Jordan Larson doing so much. Her attack numbers may not be what you're looking at, but look how she is orchestrating Omaha on the floor.
Well, we talked about the leadership on this team, and it starts with Jordan Larson, and it's helping her players, talking to them about where to attack the ball. Are we covering? Who's leading? Calm, you've got this outside. I mean, these are the plays, again, we talked about with Juan Orantes, who does such a good job of leading the charge of the back row. Jordan Larson does a good job of leading the entire team and letting everyone know what's going on all the time.
Yeah, there was so much happening there that's really subtle. Like on one of them, she waves off Drevniak, basically saying, you go ahead.
You got it.
I will set this. So just complete awareness, obviously, with her level of play all the time. Cubic crushes. Cubic Banks, I should say, crushes.
Cubic Banks, I know I keep forgetting. We apologize.
Yeah.
Mr. Banks hitting this ball hard in the angle. That's the one the middle blocker wants to take away with that left hand, especially when the ball's high and inside. Got to drop in.
Drevniak picks it up. Dykema will go. Everybody around to cover. This is a hard one for Merzik. She's going to play it a little safe. Can't blame her for that. And then let Drevniak not just push it off hands, but off eyes.
Got her in the eye. And this is the way you want to tool the ball. Feel the block, push, and keep going. That one just happened to catch Merzik in the eye on the way out.
So Massimo Barbolini is going to take a time out, in part perhaps to let Merzik's eye recover.
All right, fans, we're going to wake you up a little bit. We're going to split you in half. We're going to do
I really want to see if Susie Fritz, what she will create. Jordan Larson, let's take a look at her overall game today.
Well, that's, again, what just makes her so good. Controlling the ball, defense, making things look easy defensively. She's kept so many balls alive out of the back row that you think are going down. I mean, that's what she does in the angle. She sees the game so well. I mean, Jordan Larson is the most decorated player in the United States for a reason. 4-time Olympic medalist.
IGD cross-body kill out of the middle. Going back to Larson, 7 digs for Jordan Larson, second on the team, third on the team.
Just sitting there in the middle back, seeing and reading the play. IGD, I love how they continue to use her on the Houston side, moving the ball around the middle blockers.
There is no setter on Houston's side right now. They brought in Grace Froling to have the big block.
And you're gonna see some balls go over to Jordan Thompson. It depends who digs the ball, or Pogany will, and she will set, or Pogany will set. Depends on the angle of the dig. But right now it's a blocking thing.
Chasing it down. That was on the long run by Drevniak that you pointed out before. She went all the way around, and the set was kept low and quick to her.
Well, and that's hard to do, hard to do. And here's Jordan Thompson, who's now the stand-in setter, because no setter on the floor, hustling over there. That's the thing, the relentless pursuit. She lays there for a minute. That may have hurt for a second.
She felt okay when she was on the floor, but then when she slid off,
yeah,
right?
That's no good.
Who knows? She is going out. Thompson is in a substitution.
And as soon as she comes in, the setter will be back on the floor. Everything will be back as it should be.
So Alanko back in for Houston. Jordan Thompson moving just fine, so not worried about her after that slide. Cubic Banks. Merzik. You just felt it. Sometimes there's just like hesitation and then speed.
There's that rhythm and that feel. We talked about Drevniak coming around the court in that last rotation. She has to sprint all the way around there and still get to a fast ball. That's what makes her so good. It's difficult to do, and she has to get around in order for them to side out in that round.
My goodness. Herrera reintroduces herself. You know, I feel like a lot of opposites dread the long run, right? You always got that long run for one rotation. When you can master it the way that Drevniak does and keep a low set, devastation. Patience by Jordan Larson. And the deal is this, it's called a backcourt attack on the setter because she's above the plane of the net.
Yes, if the ball's in that plane at all and she goes and reaches to get it, and Larson was just straight up, so that's the game at the net, and that's really the referees having that vision at the net to make that call.
But again, because Alanko was a backcourt player.
It's a tough time to just groove that ball into the net, right? These are the unforced errors. Towards the end of the set, you have to limit.
IGD, serve, Cubic Banks. Larson, get it done.
So fast. Again, that speed to the pin is really, really difficult to stop, especially when you have, it's called an overload. The 31, the middle is going away from the setter, and they've set the ball over the top. The middle blocker has to hold. They have to wait and see, and then it's too fast to recover.
It's an overload because there's a lot of attackers in a smaller space on the court.
Yes.
Rischel, rocket. Merzic from the back court. Cubic Banks was there, Drevniak right in front.
That's a tough play. That's almost a gimme. It was a roll shot to the back court. Wonderful pickup, but the three blockers are there, and that's why she had to roll shot the ball. And Omaha could have really taken advantage of that point in that moment.
Both teams making a lot of substitutions right now. We see Gabby Blossom and Adriana Fitzmaurice re-enter for Omaha. And then we see Micah Hancock and Jordan Thompson re-enter for Houston, putting Micah Hancock at the back line.
Keep an eye on this serve and how it goes from left to right, tails across the court.
And she doesn't actually this time. She goes straight down and aces Justine Longarantes.
Wow. Such control, but it still moves. That's the problem.
It still goes away
It
from
still
her.
gets away from you. It's coming at you, and then it just goes away.
Great pass. That kill is really important. Getting Hancock off the back line.
So fast. Again, I can't emphasize enough. Look how quick this set is to the outside. I mean, it's like a middle swing. It's so fast. Hard to get over in time. Certainly hard for the middle blocker.
Sater frustrated with herself. She lined up right with the center instead of the middle.
Beautiful set by Hancock, saving that ball, and Foley taking advantage of what you just said. A little bit out of position with Sater. Foley takes his advantage.
Bader knew it. Touched her just afterwards. Me. Blossom. Prettiest hands in the game sometimes. Jordan Thompson continues to have the Midas touch. Look at Micah Hancock, right? She's signaling to her hitters what you're going to hit, how it's going to go.
When there's so much that we talk about with the game, that she is saving the ball, but how much have we focused on the little things and the communication and running the show with these players? That's what takes your game to the next level.
Ormai sei qua, ci salti, dietro ci giochiamo uno contro uno. Close line, okay, against this Morris, we defense cross, okay? Don't go too much inside with this Morris, and we defense cross one against one. Dai, girls.
Here, Massimo Barberlini saying, close the line. Is he asking them to block line? We're about to find out.
When sometimes you know what's going to happen in each rotation, in transition, what do you need to do? I mean, that's the challenge, and that's the information that the coaches have, certainly over time.
Jordan Thompson, got to look at her still. 21 kills, 0 errors. Cubic Banks, beautiful block. Leaves things open for Fitzmaurice. Merzick looking for those hands, and she gets them. Look, we've talked about high hands, Salima. What's the challenge in hitting high hands?
Well, it's so difficult. If you're not super deep off the court, you can't chase it down. So defensively, that's the challenge. Hitting it, it's seeing the hands and actually being able to contact it to get out of bounds. You work on it so much.
It's like that top knuckle. If you're touching your fingers, that top knuckle. And one of the things that Kevin Wong was pointing out to me yesterday was you have to almost be under the ball a little bit. Well, Houston now going up 2-1 over Omaha. $100,000 on the line for the team who wins this classic. The winner of this match will play in that match for $100,000. Omaha needs a response. It's Valentine's weekend, and this is hilarious. As if your crush is watching you play, a little flirtation. Oh, my word. Hey, Salima, let's revisit the scouting report.
Well, we talked about Omaha having rest. Is that important? Well, obviously they've lost 2 of the 3 sets, so they need to get something going here. The freezing winters. Remember the last match that they played, she was the player of the match with 20 kills. It was going to be critical that they froze her, and they did. And we talked about the super point strategy, which has been really interesting to say the least.
Yeah, Massimo Barberlini using it once each set. That's Max. It did not use it in the last set. And won one, lost one. It's the risk.
It is the risk, but like you said, you talked to Susie Fritz about it. She said doing things the traditional way is whatever she said. Come on,
She said
Susie.
doing the same things that they've always been done is easy. She goes, so I like it. Well, Susie,
let's make it hard, Susie.
If you like it,
let's go.
Let's do
Super point, sister.
Let's do hard things. There it is. The intimidating super point siren. Let's check in with Michaela Chester.
I listened into Omaha's huddle in between sets, and the game plan here is to try and delay blocks, not show hands as much because of how well Houston is getting positive block touches, Anne-Marie.
I wish that Michaela said there, and Susie said, I'm going to use the super point. Right?
But super smart because
see what you did there.
Houston has been really challenging the block well. But how about Fitzmaurice, the opposites again for the Omaha side. Drevniak, Fitzmaurice, really stepping up here. Omaha, I like the start. I like the energy right now on their side.
You know, when you talked about is rest best, keep in mind that Houston won the first set. Maybe it took Omaha a little bit to get going. Remember, the Omaha is the 2 seed in this tournament. Fader getting a lot of work. This team has been without Lauren Stivrins. Just a reminder, if you weren't with us at the beginning, she's not 100%.
So Fitzmaurice, we talk about the offense of these opposites, but coming in all the way under the block to play a defensive effort and dig it high into the court is incredible for Fitzmaurice to do, to control that ball.
Why does Larson put it up so high? To give everybody in place on Omaha's side to get back into position. Boy, Justine Juanarantes is amazing.
Always there. She's always ready and always there. But, you know, let's go back to what Michaela said about the blocking strategy. This is really good right now. Later hands at the net. There's Juanarantes making her play. And Winters was called for a back row attack, so she's back row, and I think her foot just touched the line. But I love this change in blocking strategy for Omaha right now. They're getting positive touches. They've blocked a couple balls, and it's slowing down. It's changing what Houston has to do right now.
Omaha, strong start, as you pointed out. Jordan Larson serving. Merzic pass. Popped right at Larson by Foley.
Hancock and Foley talking about that afterward, like where do you want the ball, getting up and really having that connection. They know they have to get something going here and not let Omaha run away with some energy in this vibe right now.
Jaylee Winters pass. And Fitzmaurice, she's regularly hitting against one blocker.
Well, there's so many things, there's so many reasons. They're handling the ball well. Blossom, with her sweet hands, it's hard to read where she's gonna get, where she's gonna set the ball. Watch this move. The block has to hold with the middle, and Fitzmaurice one-on-one, but it's fast and she's on it quick.
Jordan Thompson off the block, and good.
Well, and even if you're slowing it down, working on your hands with Thompson, it's still a challenge because she's so elite, because she's so high. I think it's everyone else that they're worried about with Merzic, with Rischel. Let's see if we can shape our hands a little bit better.
Flat, tough serve. Jaylee Winters called everybody off, wanted that one. Quick to Winters. No touch, ball out.
Try to stay in system, running it with speed. And you see Winters and Blossom having a conversation, figuring out the tempo. What does she need? So they're serving her tough. Let's see how she responds. And now she wants a certain ball. Is that frustration that's going to end up showing, or is she going to get herself back into this?
Herrera takes the ball, and we've seen people run into each other on Omaha's side several times today.
Yeah, there's a lot of ducking, a lot of backing out of plays, and they should just kind of stand still.
I would expect to see that like at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, you don't
I'm
see that
surprised here. Yeah.
Houston taking advantage of that.
You can run through all 6 teams.
Oh my goodness.
Blossom, a little higher set to Jaylee Winters, and the acknowledgement of like, yes, that's the set I want.
That's the ball, and that's the trick with setters. They have to find the right ball at the right time for their hitters. Winters needs a little bit of an arc to it, not super fast when they're off the net, and that's when she feels like she can see the entire court.
They made it look easy, 1, 2, 3.
Ajiti, she's so good at seeing the block in front of her and working around it. Because that is a big block, and that's a fast block of Herrera right in front of her, not easy to hit around.
Dykema back to Drevniak. Ripped wide by Jordan Thompson. The first error of the match for her.
That is a long time, a long time to go without an error. So she is human.
I wonder if she's mad at herself. Gosh darn it, right? On her 41st swing, she made an error, had 22 kills. That's unbelievable. Masterful Merzik.
It's a beautiful swing. That set got a little bit tight, and it was drifting towards the net. Watch the flight of this ball. Drifts a little bit towards the net. She's tighter than normal. See her hit that ball off the hands, turning her hand out of bounds.
Locked at 7s. Rischel rips open the seam of the block.
Houston doing a really nice job of controlling the ball and controlling their touches. I think they have a lot of opportunities in transition to score because of their defensive touches right now.
Drevniak looking for fingers. She thinks she got it, and Susie Fritz will issue the challenge.
Well, that was a high swing.
I didn't see anything.
I didn't either, but you know, it's hard to see sometimes. So we'll take a good look at this, but at least it gives them a moment to get out of this situation.
All right, fans, make some noise if you think there was a touch on that ball. Make some noise if you
We'll
think
see if we can get this view from behind, maybe.
I don't know yet.
Here's the behind view. A little far away to see, but
again, it has to be conclusive. Otherwise, the call will stand at a Houston point. And indeed, an unsuccessful Omaha challenge. They have one remaining in this must-win set.
Well, that was a close one. I think Drevniak is, I think she wants the ball again.
Yes.
I might set her again. Although.
That's a great point. No, to know inside the setter's head. Let's see if it happens. I thought it was going to, just by the way, Dykema kind of did that lean back thing again.
But a really good job by the middles of Zajidi getting there on that fast set to the outside. Again, if you don't think the middle attacker is a threat, you can just go. And that's what happened there.
Susie Fritz gonna call the first time out of this fourth set. Let's take a look at Maddie Kingdon on our Love tracker.
Yep, she's calling some blocking, and the two of them working together, she and Hancock, really finding that rhythm with one another. I love the signals behind the back, talking to each other. There's so many ways to communicate on the court.
We have another semifinal coming up later, Austin versus Atlanta. That will be at 8 Eastern time tonight on ESPN+.
This match has really turned out to be what we'd hoped and expected.
Well, there's a lot on the line. This is LOVB Classic. It doesn't count in regular season standings. It's standalone. The winning team of this weekend gets $100,000 to split between them. And then there's a drop-off. Second place gets $40,000, third gets $20,000. So one of these teams will be playing for that $100,000. The other one will be playing for that $20,000.
Again, a lot of incentive to win. Getting the middles going on the Omaha side, recouping those points. And it's nice to see Jordan Larson jumping up and down, just having fun, celebrating her teammates.
Pogany, perfect pass. Larson read it all the way. Back again to Jordan Thompson for her 23rd kill. Salima, in addition to the $100,000, the MVP gets 10 grand. Jordan Thompson has had 2 20-plus kill matches. I'm just saying.
She's well on her way.
Drevniak right through the seam. Foley and Kingdon Mischel.
And it's just incredible how she can hit this team out of trouble. They continue to serve Winters, and the balls pass way off the net, and Drevniak sneaks it through the block that time, but has really an incredible way of hitting their team out of trouble.
Wong Arantes. Dug by Jordan Thompson. Can't play off of Fitzmaurice's hands. Outside to the governor. Jordan Larson gets it done.
We go between sets. Susie Fritz said we have to delay our hands on the block so we can control our touches better. That is what won this rally for Omaha. All the controlled touches, all the controlled blocks in a row to create, that's the controlled block that creates this opportunity for a transition kill by Omaha.
We are locked up at 11 apiece. Good push by Omaha. Micah Hancock, front court setter for Houston. A lefty who can attack the ball too. Really nice set by Jaylee Winters. It's still in play. Everybody okay? Point Omaha, and they take the lead after trailing in this set.
That was a crazy set. Right on the money. And for Larson to be able to rip that ball coming from 30, 50 feet away down the line, incredible. Let's take a look at this again. Here's the defensive effort, but Winters, this is what everyone needs to be able to do, set an out-of-system ball. And Jordan Larson, with the vision that she has as an elite player, with the kill.
Leave the ball, no line, and we go. Bye.
What led to this turnaround, Selena, for Omaha?
I said it a little bit, but I really believe it is the block touch and the coaching of Susie Fritz, talking about slowing things down. Hey, we have to be later with our hands, not so early so they can tool and hit off of the hands. And that's what you asked me earlier, what makes her good? She knows the game, she sees the game. Hey, what are the adjustments we can make? And when you execute those adjustments, it gives you so much confidence. It's like, oh, that's working. Let's keep playing our game the way we know how to play it.
Heads up play by Fader. Pogany read it. Tough for Fitzmaurice. I mean, that is a just very difficult ball to hit.
It's coming at such a sharp angle where Winters is setting from and Fitzmaurice has to track. It's very, very difficult to get around it. Winters could get that back and she would set that ball to the outside on that outlet play.
Hindsight. Here's Hancock. Also human. Kevin Wong asked her at one point, what are you thinking when you're back at that service line? And she said, kill it, rip it.
I knew it.
Just kill it.
Just kill it.
Not overthinking a thing. Got a break.
Definitely got a break. So again, keep an eye on Winters here as they have been serving her almost every ball. Can Wong-Orantes relieve her of some pressure and take her seam? She does indeed.
Getting it to Fader off of that good pass. And our official is going to take a look at it herself.
So Winters just bails completely. She's lined up as a passer, and Wong-Orantes takes the ball. That's the elite level, moving people around to create those opportunities.
Look at another one on the line. Point Omaha. If you're Thader, who are you serving? Got Merzick on the outside, Pogany in the middle. Brischel, who's been fantastic, especially defensively. Blossom to Winters. We already saw that Winters doesn't like it too low, right, Selena?
That's exactly right, and that's what you saw right there. I knew it right away.
Center line violation against Omaha. I think it might have been Herrera's feet. I'm not sure whose feet it were.
And that was mid
maybe
rally.
Blossom?
Yeah, maybe Blossom all the way underneath. Now they're having some.
While they talk about that, Selima, let's talk about that connection between Winters and Blossom, because it seems like they don't have it quite dialed in.
Well, it's critical, and when you're used to sort of setting Jordan Larson super fast, and now Jaylee Winters needs it a little bit higher, you have to remember who's out there all the time.
From the far side, mixed up, Justine Wong-Orantes comes in. Again, the ball pretty quick to Winters, and again, she goes flat. Meanwhile, Superwoman.
Wong-Orantes everywhere, all the way in the left back, scoops in the middle of the court. Sees everything.
Smooth as silk. Larson's eyes fired up, too.
Wow. Perfect pass. Quick attack. I mean, she's inside the block. Ajita was there. She was reading it, making a move. But they set this ball just a little bit inside so she could hit that sharp angle.
Jordan Thompson. She made her one error in the match, and that's apparently going to be it. Who knows?
That's the beauty of having Jordan Thompson out there. You can just chuck it up there if the pass isn't perfect. And now we're going back to that rotation where you get the blocking sub.
And on Omaha's side, back to the rotation where you have the long run by Drevniak. And again, they go at it. Beautiful block, but great recovery.
Cleaning at the net. That out-of-system set, Larson knows was just a hair too tight. And Winters couldn't do anything with it.
If Houston wins this set, they will advance into the championship match. Susie Fritz gonna take a timeout.
We're gonna follow the beat. DJ Brigade, hit that beat.
Rewatching that kind of long run from Drevniak, what is it that makes her so efficient at it?
Well, she's really good with her feet at the end. So she's left front right now. She has to get all the way over here, get her approach. She just keeps going. She takes the run into a fast approach, which is difficult to do, and then usually gets one blocker if it's fast enough on the right side of the court.
Justine Wong-Arante's first overseas season was in Germany with Drevniak. Drevniak's first season in the United States is with Wong-Arante. So they have really enjoyed kind of showing each other. And I said to Drevniak, what's your biggest challenge? She goes, in Germany, we stop at the light. Here, you have to stop before the light. I am so focused when I'm driving. Again, long run, they go to Drevniak again. We've seen so many open swings.
A lot of open swings, and she was slowing down her approach, so I don't mind it, but everyone has to be on the same page. You can't have one blocker, then the defense behind the block they're not in the right place. Everyone's off by just a little bit, and that's why that ball went out of bounds.
Omaha stuck in this rotation. Huge block the other way. Froling and Igidi combined. Omaha in trouble.
And Houston has done such a nice job of slowing things down right now. For Omaha, they need to get Winters going. See if she can handle the ball well enough to get the offense. That's the key. Winters has to handle this ball, see if they can get some offense going.
All right, there's a break, no matter what form it comes in.
Will this be super point time?
I don't think so. I don't think you can risk it, right?
Yeah.
Like Susie can't. But tell me this, as a setter, an elite setter, look at your front right. You got Drevniak, you got Herrera, but you also have the greatest of all time. As the play progresses, tell me who you're going to set.
There are so many options, and it's who's going to put the ball on the floor quickest. And there is your answer. I didn't even get to talk about it.
That's all right. You're going to get another opportunity right here.
Well, Drevniak, so fast. You asked about her, what makes her so good. Look how she gets around, just a step close, and hits this ball inside the block. She has such great vision of the block.
Can Omaha put 2 points together back to back? Using a Froling at exactly the right time.
And having these physical attackers, we talked about that on the Houston side. On the right, it's been a challenge to slow them down, both she and, of course, Jordan Thompson.
Merzik's serve to Winters. Set was a little low, so Herrera just kind of keeping it in place. The governor was calling for a go ball, but Drevniak drove through again.
When we talked about the overload before, bringing the middle blocker forward, setting Jordan Thompson over top. Now that you've established it, Igidi has to hold, has to go in that direction. That's why there's so many seams behind right now. One-on-ones, because she has no choice but to go fast to the outside towards Larson.
Blanco to the middle. Uh-oh. Down by 3, Houston 4 points away from advancing to the final match and contesting for the $100,000.
Super point for Love Omaha!
Super point. The last possible moment to get the super point in. so happy with his decision. Instead of 22, it's now 23-18.
Well, they knew where the ball was going. Foley was gone. She was like, I am going to block Drevniak. I am getting over there as fast as I can. Holy moly.
What a bold move. If he had missed that point, it would have been 21-20. How often do you go to Larson right here in this situation?
I mean, most of the time, all the time. I mean, she knows where to put the ball, even if it's not all the power. She can chop it, she can turn it down the line, but she still has so much power in that arm.
And you got Gabby Blossom coming in with Fitzmaurice. Blossom sets a quicker tempo ball just the way that Larson likes it. Fitzmaurice cleans it up.
Big point and a big momentum point. See if Omaha can stay with this or Houston can stay calm.
Ball up, getting on it quick, but quicker is Justine Wong-Orantes. And Jordan Larson tags the sideline.
How about Wong-Orantes? This is a rip to the sideline outside of her body. A perfect dig for a transition kill.
That's what she does. Now Massimo Barbolini calls a timeout.
Way to go. How you feel? Sorry, good. Yeah, way to go. Yeah, that's good. So good. Yeah, that just a little soft like that. Beautiful. Yeah. Hey, you look good. I love your chances, right?
If Omaha takes a set, we are going to set number 5. Plain and simple. Let's give them a bit of an energy boost. I want you to make some noise here for Love Houston!
Were they out of timeouts? No timeout actually gonna happen. She denied it.
Let's hear it for Love Omaha!
Interesting.
Substitution on Houston's side.
We're down to the wire.
Micah Hancock and Jordan Thompson coming in. Hancock is front court. I'm just going to remind everybody, she's left-handed, and so she's not dumping the ball. She cracks
She can hit it, she can crush it. So now where's the block going? Look at Jordan Larson talking about, hey, watch the dump.
Back again, slowed down. Winters calm pass. Oh no, so fast to Larson. It is match point Houston. Will Houston advance to the championship match tomorrow? It's Micah Hancock on the service line, their best possible rotation in this situation. Hancock takes something off of it. Wants to give her defense the chance to win it. You go to Jordan Thompson. Of course you do, because for her 25th kill, Houston advances to the championship match and has a chance to play for $100,000 tomorrow. Let's take a look at the masterful performance by Jordan Thompson. Again, 24 kills, only 1 error.
It's difficult to explain how high this woman is over the net, over the block. These are elite level blockers on the other side, Olympians at the highest level. It didn't matter who was in front of her tonight. Jordan Thompson said, this is my night. I am taking over and getting it done.
Michaela Chester is standing by with Jordan Thompson, the player of the match.
Jordan, I have got to ask, what do you think of the super point? And how about when Coach called it 21-18 in the 4th set?
Yeah, I think that was a really critical moment, and I'm so freaking pumped for
just the way that the team executed and got a massive stuff blocks. That was so exciting. We were going crazy on the bench.
Back-to-back 20-plus kill performances for you. How have you been able to find your stride at this point in the season?
I think, honestly, just trying to stay consistent, giving myself grace and not being too hard on myself. It's difficult to have so much time off and come back and pick up where you left off. So I think it's been a little bit of a bumpy ride, but I'm really thankful that my teammates just continue to believe in me and help me and continue to give me confidence.
Well, Jordan, an incredible match. Congratulations. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Indeed, an incredible ride. We're going to talk about this match a little more on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrifying. The action is nonstop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.